Welcome to our channel, sir.
Thank you.
So first of all, I like to know, in an era dominated by AI and rapid technology transformation, why does foundational physics continue to matter?
See what AI can do. AI will not invent anything. Okay, AI will have an excellent capacity to work on the data which is there, large scale data, and then solutions of certain questions. It can help us in doing that, but it's a helper. So the new thing designed, that has to be done by the scientists, by the people. So technology always follows a scientific discovery. Once you have you come out with a certain thing, then the technology takes over. Like X-rays were invented by Ranjan. Then so many X-ray machines were, then all the bone X-ray plates and all those things. So in AI, we are not really creating new inventions. We can facilitate that. We can provide the scientists data, more information, so that scientists can think better. But if the pure foundational physics and foundational biology and foundational chemistry, if that is not nurtured, if that is not brought into wide scale users should be there, then the progress will be hampered.
Right. So how would you evaluate the current state of India's research ecosystem in physics?
The problem here is, from the very initial stages, the love for subject is not growing. Okay? And therefore the very small percentage of people are going into actual research, whatever, in the engineering discipline or basic sciences or that. Thanks that we have 140 crores of population. So that very small fraction is itself able to sustain our scientific growth, right? So we are growing. We are sending all these satellites and spacecrafts and in the communications. The ISRO is doing very well. BRC is doing very well. Indian Institute, Plasma Research Institute is doing very well. So and so many things. GMRT is world famous facility which India has for radio astronomy. From all over people come there and do the research. But the potential that we have, the system is not giving us scientists. The system is not giving the required manpower. Right? So we are achieving. It's okay. We are in a comfortable, prestigious position worldwide. But then the system is not doing that. It's
right.
Statistics is doing that. If you have 100 people or 1,000 people, 2-3 will always be there who will defy all your established rules.
So sir, what do you think, where we are lacking in our system, or where do you think?
The first is a social problem. It's not an educational problem alone. It's a social problem. What are these test marks for a successful life? All right. The social perception is, if you are earning more, okay, if you have lots of facilities in your house, if you have lots of houses in the city, in nationwide, one in a house in Delhi, one in Bangalore, or one in maybe New York also. So this scale, measuring a scale of success, and is prevalent. It's prevalent. So the whole problem starts from there, that we are not producing students who are passionate about research, passionate about creating something new, even for engineering, creating something new, and or being good educators, because all this can happen on the basis of educators.
Right.
The students are interacting all the time in the schools, in the colleges, with their teachers. So the significant percentage of students who are taking on this education The best ones should go in education.
Right. So, sir, in continuation to this, if I ask, how can hands-on demonstration and experiments make the learning of this optics more meaningful?
Not only optics, anything. Science is basically study of the nature, what is happening in nature, the rules of nature. That is science, be it biology, be it chemistry, be it physics or geosciences or sciences, whatever. Science is all about what is happening in the world.
Right.
And what are the rules, what are the basic rules that. And from there, once we go, we know more and more things which are uncovered. Then we can make products. So that is technology part. We can make products. But this coming out of this basic things is very, very important. So what was your question? Original question?
See, if we give them hands-on training or
hands-on
experiments,
training, right. So since the whole science is about study of nature and then events in the nature. So unless we have this hands-on experience, it's like online swimming classes. We are training them, you have to, your hand should go at 45 degrees and these many meters per second, and your height should be this, your head should be this much, 6 inches above the water. But what is that? You will not do, if you go to that river, you will be dropped only. So unless we do the experiments, unless we do something, unless we design something, experiments also, pre-designed experiments gives you exposure. But if you have to design the experiment to get some goal, then you get, yes, the confidence, the passion,
Right.
the enjoyment and all that. So that is very, very necessary. But it doesn't mean that people who are researching in the theory area without doing any, like Albert Einstein, he never did any experiment, but he did wonders. But then he knew what experiments are going on and what observations are there, right? So the theory people have their own importance because they are experts in analyzing the data, analyzing the events, and the experimentalists are important because they perform it and then see what is happening. They provide data to the theoreticians.
Right.
So both should go.
So, sir, just now you mentioned about Newton's work on optics to Einstein's explanation of the photoelectric effect. Our understanding of light has evolved dramatically. Which breakthrough related to light do you consider the most transformative and why?
Actually, it's all continuous process.
Okay.
It's not very discrete that this is much more important and this is less important. It's a chain. It's a chain. Any discovery or any breakthrough thing has a continuous trail. People are working on that and that and that, and every experiment is important because that forms further data, that provides further data to the next generation. Okay. But yeah, the quantum era.
So, yeah.
Yeah. So the quantum era, which started in some early 20th century, there we see lots of changes in many areas, including optics. Right? So this light or optics or this wave particle duality, you talked of photoelectric effects, all those things are there, and then lasers, invention of lasers and
Okay.
then this varieties of non-linear optics, which we say. So all these things are combining to.
Right. So, sir, India has a rich legacy in science education. So, what reforms would you like to see in the way physics, especially foundational concepts like light, is taught today?
See, the entire education system which is there, after NEP, how it will take shape, that we will wait for a few years to see. Right? But so far, the system which is going on is highly examination oriented, is driven by it. And this is worldwide also. Examinations are there only to, they are very important. All those further selections, universities, higher studies, all they depend little bit on that examination. But over importance of examinations, over importance.
Right.
That's the part we have to fight. To fight.
Okay.
No one should be driving the learning process through the examination. Examination is one subset only. The learning is important. The skills development, the thinking skill development is important. That is not being done presently.
Okay.
That is not being done. So we have to somehow decouple this examination with the learning. And for example, JEE examination. So there is a result, ranks on the basis of which they get some IIT or some ICAR, right? But people, when they are preparing for JEE examination, they are learning many things. So the one who is learning and then going for the examination, even if he fails in the examination, he is successful, he will be successful, guaranteed successful in the life.
Right.
But if someone is not learning and just by some tricks or some shortcuts passes the examination, all right, and gets admitted in IITs or ICARs or IISc and all those things, they will struggle there.
Okay.
At the end of the day, if they recover, fine. But if they don't recover, then their career is gone.
Right.
Right? So that is very important. In each ICAR, in each IIT, in each IISc is of course one. So all these prime institutions, you have an army of counselors, psychologists, psychiatrists. And a lot of people are undergoing the stress and they are being treated for depression and all those things. So that learning part is more important. If you have learned things, if you have comprehend, you have the ability to comprehend things, comprehend certain things, and then take decisions, your own solutions. Then whether you pass in the examination or not, of course you won't fail as such. In the board examination you will not fail, but for competitive examination also, even if you don't pass, you have the treasure with you. This is no problem.
So sir, in
this
such
decoupling of examination and learning, that is the necessary reform which is needed.
So sir, there is a gap also. So how can India better bridge the gap between theoretical research and real world technological innovations?
There is no gap as such. I don't see any gap. If the science is there, if discoveries are there, then they will be immediately translated into the products and technological things, and we are not lagging behind in that.
Okay.
We are lagging behind the originality, passion.
So sir, lastly, do you feel curiosity-driven research receive adequate support in India, or are we becoming overly focused on applications and immediate outcomes?
Yeah, you are very right. Lately we are oriented towards that.
Right.
Everyone will ask, what is the application of this research? When I was this question, I was also asked this question in my promotion interview. What is the application of your research that you are doing? I said that when I write the research paper for publication, I will write a big paragraph that this has this application, that application. But if you ask me off the record, I'll say there is no application. But I enjoy doing this research. I have trained myself to come out something new. All right, whether it makes an application or it doesn't make application, my job is to bring out new things in life.
Right.
So a researcher should not be pressurized to do a research which has an immediate impact. Now, what kind of product, what kind of problems your research will solve? No, researcher should not be put under this pressure. Of course, it's a human tendency. If I see some sorrow somewhere, if I see some problem somewhere, then I will think in that direction.
Right.
That's fine. So application-oriented research is fine, but that should not be imposed on the researcher. Right?
Exactly.
So yes, the support for this kind of fundamental researches which do not have any applications it not seen with great dignity and all that. So the-
Right. Right, sir. Any your concluding remarks if you like to share with our audience?
See, the concluding remarks is for all the students and all the teachers. We are studying nature, we are discovering nature, and then we should be natural. Any kind of imposed boundary will only limit the result.
Exactly.
So that's the
Right. Right. Thank you, Professor Verma, for sharing your valuable insights and inspiring perspective on screen, light, and the future of physics education in India. Thank you so much.